The magic of thinking big is designed for people who intensely desire success and are looking for ways to achieve it. First published in 1959, the principles and methods presented herein are still applicable and are guaranteed to get results. Several years ago, the author witnessed a sales meeting of a company's marketing representatives. The vice president, wanting to drive a point, presented the organization's top representative, who earned 5 times more than the average earnings of the others despite being just about average in many aspects. Harry, the leading representative, was not smarter, nor did he work harder. He wasn't more educated, and his health condition was the same as the others. According to the executive, the difference was that Harry thought 5 times bigger, and the size of his thinking, not his brain, was what brought him success. The author was intrigued by this idea and dug deeper into what was behind the success of many people. He was able to prove that there is magic in thinking big. However, most people do not seem to think that way. And with this kind of environment, you are influenced to limit your thinking. The idea that there are no more opportunities to lead or that there is too much competition for the top spots are forced into your mind, even though leaders themselves would contradict this. You are pushed to believe that you can't control your future and that you should let go of your dreams of a better life. People with petty minds convince you that success isn't worth the price. The basic principles and concepts of this book are supported by the finest and biggest thinkers who lived throughout Earth's history. Intellectual minds like Prophet David, Ralph Waldo Emerson, John Milton, and William Shakespeare believed in the power and might of thinking. Their ideas, which are the basis of the steps laid down in this book, have been proven by several people who achieved successful and happy lives by thinking big. The fact that you are reading this book reflects 2 admirable qualities. You are interested in success, and you have the desire to look for the tools you need to achieve your goals. These qualities are necessary to reap real profits from this book. Think big for a bigger life, start right now, and see how this will bring magic for you. What this book will do for you. Every chapter of this book contains practical concepts, methods, and ideologies that will help you utilize the power of thinking big. This book will explain how you can cultivate the power of belief, get big results, and succeed. Defeat the negative power created by disbelief. Learn how to heal from health, intelligence, age, and excusitis, the failure disease. Learn how to build your confidence and conquer your fear of others. Develop and strengthen your creative power to do more and better. Know what you want in life to construct your 10-year goal. Train your mind to think and discover why thinking is more important than knowledge. Measure your thinking size and find out how it relates to your success. Learn how to think big and utilize your ideas. Discover how to think, feel, and be important. Create a work and life environment that operates to your advantage. Develop the attitudes that will help you achieve what you want. Earn more money by having a service-first attitude. Become more likable and build friendships. Know why you should only think well of others and use this to win their support. Learn how to manage and learn from every setback, and remember that this should not keep you from thinking big. Decide to work on your ideas now and not later when circumstances are perfect. Build yourself up by getting into the habit of speaking up. Set defined goals that will help you accomplish things. Understand the 4 rules of leadership. Think towards, believe in, and push for progress. Tap the power of thinking big in life's most critical situations. Believe you can succeed, and you will. People define success in different ways. Success could be measured by wealth, admiration and respect of one's social and business life, lack of failure, or happiness and contentment. Success can also mean achieving your goals in life, and who wouldn't want success? Our beliefs teach us that faith can move mountains, and if you really believe, you can do so. Most people doubt that they could do such a thing, These are the people who mistake belief with wishful thinking. But you can never wish a mountain away. Only by believing that you could do it will you gain success. Belief develops a positive attitude towards your goals. If you believe you can do something, you will put time and effort to do it. Every young person who enters the workforce wishes that someday he or she would be successful. But many young adults think that climbing the ladder of success is impossible, and so they do not try. Instead, they settle for being average. However, a few people do not just wish, but they believe that they can achieve success. By studying and understanding the attitudes and behaviors of their superiors, they learn how successful people handle their problems and make decisions. If you believe you can, you will know how. A few years ago, a young woman decided to start a business selling mobile homes. She didn't have any experience in managing a business. Her savings were way below the required capital. Many people advised her that she couldn't and shouldn't do it. In spite of these naysayers, she believed in herself. She admitted her lack of money and experience, but did her research. The mobile home industry was going to expand. She knew that she would do better in marketing trailers than any of her competitors. She was able to raise the capital she needed. She gained the confidence of 2 investors with her unfailing belief that she could succeed. And finally, she got a manufacturer to supply her with a limited stock of trailers without paying any money. She sold millions of dollars worth of trailers in her first year and expects to double that amount the following year. Your belief will not only lead your mind to figure out how to accomplish things, a strong belief in yourself will also make people trust you. 21 engineering firms were asked to submit a proposal to design bridges that would cost $5 million. Whichever company was chosen would earn a 4% commission. The 4 largest firms immediately accepted it. Of the 17 small companies, only one was not discouraged by the size of the project. And guess what? They won despite having only 3 engineers. Great results and the achievement of things once thought impossible are the products of belief. People who failed in their businesses or careers had one thing in common. They didn't think their venture would work out, and this attitude led to their failure. Disbelief in one's mind draws reasons to support this negative power. An ambitious young writer compared herself to another writer and believed that she would never be nearly as successful as him. She was not aware that this author didn't have exceptional talent. He only writes well because he believes that he is one of the best writers. Believe that you have the capacity to surpass your idols. Observe and learn from the people you admire, and you will be able to do better. Your thoughts shape you. How you see yourself influences how other people regard you. Believe that you can do big things, that you are worth a lot, and that you are important. A good example of making your mind work for you can be seen in this example of a Detroit businessman. This man used to make a decent living working in the tool and die trade, but he knew that him and his family deserved better. The night before a job interview, he pondered his failure. He listed the names of 5 people he knew who were doing better than him in terms of money and job responsibility. He realized that none of them had a superior intellect or integrity, nor did they possess better education or personal habits. But he lacked one quality of success: initiative. He believed that he wasn't worth much, and that's why he had been selling himself short. Realizing his weakness and how his mind had worked against him, he decided that he had enough of feeling second class. With renewed confidence in himself, he summoned the courage to ask $3,500 more than what he was previously earning. He got the job and later on established a positive reputation in the industry. Good things happen to those who believe in themselves. Imagine your mind as a thought factory, continuously producing countless thoughts each day, and responsible for the operations of the factory are 2 people, Mr. Triumph and Mr. Defeat. As the name implies, Mr. Triumph is in charge of producing positive thoughts, while Mr. Defeat oversees the generation of negative thoughts. Both men work really hard. Your mind is a thought factory. producing countless thoughts each day powered by you. If you feed your mind with negative thought, it will work on producing reasons to prove that you were right. Similarly, telling yourself positive things leads to a mind that produces pleasant thoughts. Keep feeding your mind positive things and it will work to produce ideas on how you can succeed. The U.S. population is growing at a record rate. New consumers mean new industries, scientific breakthroughs, and expanding markets. This spells more opportunities for top-level positions in every field. You can be one of those leaders. Think of all these opportunities as rewards. With your mind believing that you can succeed, you will learn ways to get whatever you want. How to develop the power of belief. Number 1, always think of success. Do not allow thoughts of failure to conquer your mind. Number 2, believe in yourself and what you do. You are better than what your mind tells you. Number 3, have the courage to believe big. That is the only way to achieve big success. Successful people religiously follow a plan for self-development and growth. This book should be a part of your plan. It will provide you with ideas of what to do and how to do it. And most importantly, it works. Cure yourself of excuse-itis, the failure disease. Excuse-itis is the mind-killing disease that plagues unsuccessful people. Those who live mediocre lives still never run out of excuses. Successful people, on the other hand, could have used the same excuses made by second-rate men, but choose not to. Constant repetition of either positive or negative thoughts will cause them to grow. Because of this, excuse-itis will only get worse. At first, excuses are just lies, but once people become accustomed to using excuses to explain their predicaments, they start to believe that these excuses are the real reasons why they are not advancing in their lives. Hence, the first step to make your thinking work for your success is to immunize yourself against excuse-itis. The 4 most common forms of excuse-itis. Number 1, health excuse-itis. Many people use health issues as an excuse for why they fail at making more money, performing great responsibilities, or achieving success. No one on earth is perfectly healthy. While many will succumb to this defense, people who are not inclined to thoughts of success will not. Success-thinking individuals will always be optimistic and see health issues as obstacles that have to be conquered. 4 things you can do to kick health excuse-itis. Number 1, avoid discussing your health problems. Talking about it can actually make you feel worse. Number 2, keep yourself from worrying about your health. Number 3, appreciate your health condition. It could be a lot worse, but it isn't. Being thankful can protect you from acquiring more troubles. Number 4, enjoy your life. Don't make your health an excuse for not making something out of your life. Intelligence excuse-itis. Most people think that they need to have powerful brains in order to succeed, and many tend to misjudge their intelligence. When it comes to success, your level of intelligence shouldn't be considered such an important factor. What's more important is how you use what you have. Make your thinking guide your intelligence. A person with an average IQ that possesses the right attitude can become a better leader and make more money than a genius who uses his brain to make up reasons that prove that his ideas won't work. 3 ways to cure intelligence excuse-itis. Number 1, remember that your brain is more powerful than what you think. Focus on what you have and use it. Number 2, cultivate a positive and winning attitude. It is more important than intelligence. Number 3, be creative. Your mind should think of new ideas and techniques rather than store unimportant facts. Age excuse-itis. Your age should not be a hindrance to achieve your goals. You are never too young or too old to do what you want to do. You are always at the right age to pursue opportunities. How to handle age excuse-itis. View your current age positively. Don't think that you are too old to be productive or too young for great responsibilities. Number 2, a person's productive life starts in the early 20s and could last beyond his or her 70s. If you are suffering from age excusitis, consider how old you are. Think of how many years of productivity you have spent. You will be surprised how much time you actually have left. Number 3, adopt the mindset of successful people. It is not too late for you to start doing things that interest you. Start now and your best years will be ahead of you. Number 4, luck excusitis. A lot of people believe their problems are caused by bad luck. These are the same people who see success as a case of good luck. People who succumb to this disease fail to recognize that in order to achieve success, they have to persevere with the right approach. Conquer luck excusitis in 2 ways. Number 1, remember that there is no such thing as luck. Everything happens for a reason. Don't blame luck if someone is doing better than you. A coworker who got promoted or closed a massive deal didn't achieve that feat because of luck. It involved hard work, careful planning, effective execution, and the correct attitude. Number 2, nurture winning qualities. Success is won, not handed down. You can't simply wish for luck to be on your side. You have to make an effort and master the values needed to become successful. Build confidence and destroy fear. Fear is real, and in order to defeat it, you must first recognize its existence. Fear is the number 1 enemy of success. Fear of failure prevents a person from taking advantage of opportunities. Fear of embarrassment prevents someone from opening his mouth. Uncertainty and lack of confidence keep many people away from achieving great things. To treat fear, remember that no one is born confident. Every single bit of a person's confidence is acquired. This chapter will show you how to build confidence. The cure for fear is action. You will not learn how to swim if you don't jump into the water. Failure to act feeds fear. There was once a sales executive who feared losing his job due to poor performance. Believing that there's nothing he could do, he merely hoped for the best. It didn't keep him from worrying though. Hope is good, but it is nothing without action. The executive followed the advice he was given. He talked with his managers to give him time to find and execute solutions. He made a special sale to clear slow-moving products. He started meeting his staff daily instead of weekly to boost their enthusiasm. It took months of hard work, but he was able to improve his performance and secure his job. Improve your appearance if it embarrasses you. Make service better to keep an important customer who is losing confidence in you. If you are dreading an exam, study harder. Don't spend all of your time worrying about things that are out of control. Divert your thoughts and concentrate on matters you could work on. Take actions to conquer your fear. Self-confidence, or lack of it, can be a result of how memories are handled. For effective management, you should only hold on to positive memories. Unsuccessful people dwell on their unpleasant thoughts. Successful people don't. Furthermore, by only utilizing encouraging thoughts, you will gain confidence. Approaching a situation with negative thoughts, like memories of failure or inferiority, will make you feel incapable. One of the biggest fears many people have is other people. To put other people in proper perspective, remember these 2 things. Number 1, view others as your equal and be understanding of them. If you are in a meeting with someone you consider important, keep in mind that you are important as well. And number 2, when someone declares war on you, let him fire first and forget about it. Guilt is a confidence killer. You feel guilt when you commit actions which go against your conscience. This feeling disrupts your thought process. You keep worrying that people would eventually find out about your weakness, and if they do, they'd lose their confidence in you. Thinking yourself to success means doing what's right to preserve your confidence. Your actions directly affect your emotions. If you act confidently, you will also think confidently. But how do you build confidence? Below are 5 exercises that will help you. Number 1, always sit at the front. People who sit at the back of the room lack confidence because they are afraid of being seen. Number 2, make eye contact. If you avoid meeting other people's eyes, they will think that you are hiding something or that you are feeling inferior. Number 3, Walk faster. Increase your pace by 25% is ideal. Improve your posture as well. Number 4, speak up. The more you keep your mouth shut, the more inadequate you will feel. Speaking up will make it easier to speak up next time. Number 5, smile, even when you are feeling low. Smiling widely and sincerely will not only ease your negative emotions, it can cheer others up as well. How to think big. It is surprising that there are many people who think small. Success is measured by the size of one's thinking, and only those who think big attain great achievements. Measuring your thinking size involves 2 steps. First, identify your 5 main strengths. You could do this yourself or with the help of objective people. Second, under each of your strengths, write the names of successful people who aren't as proficient in this strength as you are. After this exercise, you will realize that you have better qualities than other successful people. Now that you know that you are bigger than you thought you were, you should start thinking as big as you really are. 4 ways to develop the big thinker's vocabulary. Big thinkers use optimistic words to produce positive images, not only in their minds but in the minds of others. Below are ways to develop this quality. Number 1. When asked about how you feel, reply with positive and cheerful words. A person who is known for always feeling great can easily win friends. Number 2. Use these same words to describe other people, especially with absent third parties. People will eventually find out if you talk ill of them, and that will only hurt you. Number 3. Encourage others using positive speech. Sincerely compliment a person who deserves it at every opportunity. State your plans using positive words. When faced with a difficult task, tell people that this is a great opportunity for them to prove themselves instead of compelling them to work because they have no other choice. See what can be, not just what is. Big thinkers focus more on what is possible. They look beyond the present situation. The examples below demonstrate how you can develop this view. Number 1, make things worth more. Think of value-adding ideas. A run-down house in a barren field is a tough sell, but one realtor specializing in rural properties can make a lot of money from it by selling not the farm itself, but the idea of what it can be. For example, he may propose to convert a farm near a growing city into a riding stable. People's love for the outdoors mean that more money allotted for recreation. With a clear and convincing plan, he can easily sell the property at a higher price than previously quoted. Number 2, value people. Many salespersons tend to measure a customer's worth based on a single sale. A first-time spender who pays little is usually valued little and not given top-notch service. What salespeople fail to realize is a customer's potential expenditure from which they can benefit only if they make him or her a regular customer. Valuing a customer through excellent service will keep him or her coming back. Number 3, make yourself worth more. Even if you are content where you are, ask yourself regularly how you can make yourself better. Visualize how much more valuable you can be, and you will come up with ways to realize your potential. Thinking big is a proven way to achieve great heights. Take the story of 30-year-old Harry, for example. After working at a medium-sized company as an accountant for about 4 years, he succeeded the owner-manager. His secret? He is a big thinker. Not only did Harry focus on his tasks, he was also genuinely interested in the company. He came up with ideas that improved the company's operations. He helped new employees get used to their positions. He did all this even when there was no direct benefit. Merely doing your job is not enough. Treat yourself as part of the team, of the company, and you will start thinking that your company's achievement or loss is yours as well. You will see yourself sincerely invested, which is the attitude that makes a great leader. But many potential leaders and achievers let petty things obstruct their road to success. Petty thoughts turn a simple misunderstanding to a full-blown quarrel. Minding even the smallest things, such as the size of one's office or cubicle, can lead to poor performance at work. Don't let little things hold you back. Apply these steps to help you manage your thoughts about trivialities. Number 1, stay focused on the big objective. You can win a battle, but still lose the war. Always aim for the big things. Number 2, before acting negatively at something, ask yourself if it really matters. Don't waste your time and energy over petty things. Trivialities shouldn't be a source of frustration. Number 3, don't let trivialities entrap you. And whenever you do, think of the aspects that are more important and concentrate on them. How to think and dream creatively. A creative thinker discovers new ideas and approaches in doing things. Being able to do things better will lead you to success. So, how do you boost your ability to think creatively? Go back to the idea of belief. If you believe that you can move a mountain, you will. Your mind will be conditioned to look for ways that will help you achieve your goals. But, if you think that something is not attainable, your mind will find reasons that will prove you are right. Really believing that something can be done is fundamental to creative thinking. If you want to cultivate your creative strength through belief, do these 2 things. Number 1, erase the word impossible from your vocabulary. Number 2, think of one thing you want to achieve but deem impossible. List down reasons why you can make it possible and focus only on them, not why you considered it impossible in the first place. The worst enemy of creative thinking is traditional thinking. Those who abide with this are bound to get stuck in a rut. They employ old ways that they believe work for them. These people are afraid of change and the risk related to it. They may get things done, but they don't improve. The only constant thing is change. Techniques that work today may not be applicable anymore tomorrow. You need to invent and reinvent. You need to have a creative mind in order to keep up with this fast-changing world. Here are some ways to fight traditional thinking which hinders you from harnessing creativity. Be like a sponge. Absorb and welcome new ideas. Don't assume that it won't work unless you've tried it. Try something new each day. Don't let yourself be trapped in a routine, be it at work, home, or life in general. Foster an interest in other aspects related to your job to prepare you for more responsibilities. Be a forward thinker. Always think of how to be better, not how to maintain the status quo. Accept change and strive for progress. We all know that perfection is unattainable. Hence, there will always be room for improvement. Each day ask yourself how you can do better and how you can be better. Eventually, you will find ways that will lead you to your success. Now that you know you can do better, ask yourself, can I do more? Your ability to do more depends on how much you think you could do. When you believe that you can accomplish more than the tasks you leave at hand, your mind will work on finding the way for you. In whatever you do, the formula for success is doing better and doing more. If you are given the chance to do more at work, take it as a compliment. With bigger responsibility, your value increases. Your creativity can be enhanced through asking and listening to what others have to say. Top leaders spend more time seeking advice rather than offering it. Below are 3 steps to nurture your creative mind through asking and listening. Number 1, persuade other people to talk. Listen to what they have to say. By doing so, you can have more inputs that can assist your creativity. The more you give other people the chance to speak up, the more they will like you and you can make more friends. Number 2, ask for suggestions. Your ideas may be good, but it won't hurt to let other people help refine it. You can end up with something much better. Number 3, don't just listen. Concentrate and understand what the other person is saying. Let his ideas seep into your mind. Ideas are nothing if they are not put into action. You can have great ideas, but you can only use them for your advantage if you know how to harness their potential. To develop your ideas, follow these steps. Number 1, whenever an idea comes up, make sure you write it down. Don't trust your memory to keep it for you. Number 2, store your ideas and regularly evaluate them. Eliminate those that have no use anymore. Number 3, make your idea grow by relating it with other ideas. Learn more about it, and when it's ready, you can make it work for yourself. You are what you think you are. Have you ever wondered why one person treats someone differently from another? Like when a man will open a door for certain women and not others. The answer is thinking. Other people see you the way you see yourself. What you think you deserve, other people will give you. Your actions reflect your thoughts. If you think you are average, you will act average. On the other hand, if you think you are important, then you will act important. Remember that how you think controls how you act, and how you act influences how others treat you. In order to gain respect, you have to believe that you deserve it. Respect yourself first, and other people will do the same. Read on to know how you can increase self-respect. Look important. It helps you think important. Your appearance says a lot of things about you. Being well-dressed tells others that you are an important person, reliable, smart, and that you have great things going on. These attributes command respect from other people. A person who dresses shabbily suggests negative things such as laziness, incompetence, and sloppiness. This is the kind of person who is ignored and belittled. Appearance affects thinking. A soldier will only feel he is a true soldier when he is in uniform. If you look important, you will be able to think important. If you want to be successful, you have to look successful. Think your work is important. Your attitude towards your work determines how you do your job. If you consider it important, you will always do your best. And when you give your best, you will achieve great results, which equates to more money, promotion, and respect from your employers. To be successful in any endeavor, you must work enthusiastically. You can only develop enthusiasm if you think what you are doing is important. Being passionate produces excellent work. Your disposition will also influence other people around you, leading to outstanding performance in the workplace. Give yourself a pep talk several times a day. If you are faced with problems, tell yourself that you can surpass them. Many people choose to beat themselves up with negativity. They think of failures instead of finding solutions. Instead of finding courage, they dwell on fear. Don't be one of them. Before you can sell yourself to others, you first have to sell yourself to yourself. Identify your best qualities and assets and write them down. At least once a day, stand in front of a mirror and read them out loud. Say it with a lot of willpower. Read them before you tackle challenging situations. Read them when you're feeling low. Read them whenever you need courage. Upgrade your thinking. Think like important people think. Your thoughts become your actions, and when you upgrade your thinking, your actions improve, leading to success. When something bothers you, ask yourself if successful people will worry about that thing. Read books, articles, or journals which successful people read. Are you using the vocabulary of important people? Is your appearance comparable to theirs? What would they do with the ideas that you have? In every situation, think and act like important people do. Manage your environment. Go first class. Imagine growing up in another country. Do you think your dress style, occupation, hobbies, and behavior would be the same as they are now? Of course not. Different environments exert different influences which shape you in a totally different person. Your habits and your preference in food, music, and entertainment are all affected by the environment in which you grew up. The size of your thinking, goals, and ambitions are also largely guided by the environment. Your environment perpetually affects you. What you will be in the years to come depends on what you surround yourself with. You are constantly changing, so you should make your environment work for your fulfillment and success. Reconditioning yourself for success. As children, we dreamt big. Our goals were set high. We planned to become leaders, innovators, rich and famous, and the best in whatever field we choose. But even before we reached the age when we could start working on our goals, we were brainwashed. Negative things were thrown at us. We were made to believe that we would fail, so we shouldn't bother trying. This brainwashing made many people totally give up. These are the ones who completely believed that they couldn't achieve greatness. They settled into mediocre jobs, trying to convince people that they are happy, even though deep inside they are longing for something better. There are people who started adulthood thinking that they had a chance at success. But after some time, they developed fears of defeat, uncertainty, and competition, which convinced them that success wasn't worth the effort. Finally, there is a small group who didn't surrender, and they are the ones who are the happiest because they have achieved the most. Everyone wants to be part of the third group, but in order to do so, you have to fight all the negativity cast at you. You can't allow other people's pessimistic opinions poison your mind. Make it a rule to seek advice from people who know. Successful people are willing to give help, so approach them. Go first class whenever you search for answers. Follow these simple steps to make your environment first class. Number 1, expand your network. Make new friends. Become a member of an organization. Go to places where you can meet a variety of people. Socializing in new groups prevents boredom and dullness and gives you a broader understanding of people while nourishing your mind. Make friends with people who are different from you. Get to know people whose opinions are different from yours and interact with people with different faiths and political views. However, make sure that these people have the same outlook as yours in terms of success. Number 3, select friends who rise above trivialities and are interested in positivity. Find and keep those who genuinely want you to succeed. Associating yourself with petty thinkers would only gradually turn you into one. A lot of people take part in gossip. While many think that it's harmless, negative talk about other people can do a lot of damage. Gossip is thought poison. It makes you focus on petty things. There is nothing right about gossip. Conversations are natural functions of your environment, and they take a huge chunk of it. Talking about your plans and aspirations make you feel alive. Conversations build relationships. Talking about others is not unhealthy if it is kept positive. In everything you do, always go first class. Pay for quality goods and services. Keep in mind that you get what you pay for. And if the thought of not being able to afford first class discourages you, remember that first class is the only way. Choose quality over quantity. People evaluate you for quality, deliberately or not. First class may cost a lot up front, but in the long run, it costs no more than second class. Make your attitudes your allies. Our thoughts are expressed through our actions. Our attitudes reflect our thinking. You can read someone's mind by studying his behavior and appearance. You can also tell a lot about a person's attitude by the way he talks and what he says. Your attitude determines what and how big you can accomplish. With the right attitude, you can win people, make a good leader, and have a happy life. You can succeed in everything. Grow the I'm activated attitude. You reap what you sow. Results are relative to the amount of work you devoted. You can't motivate others to do their best if you are not enthusiastic. In order to develop your enthusiasm, follow these 3 steps. Number 1, make an effort to know more. Your disinterest towards something is due to your lack of knowledge about it. Enthusiasm grows when you dig deeper. Number 2, do everything with life. Show your teeth when you smile. Always give firm handshakes. Be sincere and positive in whatever you say. Be bold when you tell yourself you can do it and that you will. Number 3, disseminate good news. Remember that how you feel is a reflection of how you think you feel. Sharing good things, like feeling great, will actually make you feel a lot better. Good news also excites and encourages people. Therefore, broadcasting good news isn't only good for you, it makes other people feel better as well. Grow the you are important attitude. It is a fact that every single person wants to feel valued. The need to feel important is natural for human beings. Your success depends on how important you feel and how you make others feel the same way. When you show someone that he is important to you, he will be willing to do more for you. And someone you help to feel that he is valuable will do the same thing for you. Here's what you should do to develop the you are important attitude. Number 1, be grateful. Make it a point to let people know that you appreciate what they do for you. Tell them how they are important to you. Practice gratitude with sincerity and personalized praises. Compliment people not only for the big accomplishments, but also for the little things. Treat every person with importance. no matter where they are in life. Number 2, call people by their names. Pronounce them properly and spell them correctly. Making a mistake on someone's name will make him or her feel that he or she is not important to you. Add the appropriate title to address every person you are not familiar with. Titles may not mean nothing to you, but others consider it a boost. Number 3, give credit where credit is due. Recognize the efforts of others. Personally complimenting people will encourage them to accomplish more. Want to make money? Then get the put service first attitude. The desire to make money is completely normal and does not reflect greed. Having money means being able to give your family and yourself a good life. Money is essential if you want to help the needy. You need money to live a full life. The amount of money you make depends on how much you value service. Customers will value you and keep coming back if you offer quality service. Your company will not pay you more if you simply promise better performance. You will only get a raise by demonstrating that you are worth more, which is seen in great work. To cultivate this attitude, go beyond others' expectations of you. Put service first, and money will come to you. Think right toward people. Success is brought about by collaborative effort. An executive, a college dean, or a politician, they all rely on the support of other people. In order to achieve success, you can't avoid depending on others. But how do you win people's support? The simple answer is to think right toward other people. This chapter demonstrates how it is done. Number 1, make an effort to be liked by other people. Many times, amicability can determine whether you get the job or promotion. You may think that's unfair, but ask yourself, would people be encouraged to work hard for someone they don't like? Remember this, to rise to the top, you need to be lifted up by people who like you. The more likable you are, the easier it is for people to endorse you. Number 2, build friendships and take initiative to do so. Waiting for others to make the first move is like ignoring them, which isn't the right mentality. In addition, it is not a leader's approach in establishing relations. To win friends, grab money every opportunity you get to introduce yourself. Make sure you get people's names and that they do the same for you. Find out their details. Email or call them. Follow through if you really want to know people. However, do not try to buy friendship. If you do, you only lose money and gain hatred. Number 3, realize that each person is unique in his or her own way. Accept this fact and the right to be different. You may even find one person who virtually doesn't share any similarities with you. A person's different preference, lifestyle, and religious or political views should never be a reason for you to dislike him or her. Furthermore, don't impose your beliefs and principles on others and don't try to change them. Don't expect perfection from other people and accept that everyone has limitations. Do not cast out someone because of a single mistake. You may be a lot better than others, but this doesn't make you perfect. Number 4, always find the good in people. Thinking right towards others is finding a quality to like even in a person who is detested by everyone. Do not let other people's judgments influence how you see a person. Imagine a situation when a higher-up praises your work but also points out that you can still improve. The wrong mindset will focus on him being a critic, trying to find faults in everything you do. But a properly managed mindset will remember that a higher-up is someone who is interested in seeing you grow and improve. Number 5, do not monopolize a conversation. Successful people love to listen to others as much as they love to talk. Encourage others to talk about themselves and share their views and ideas. Being generous during conversations will not only win you friends, it also helps you know more about others. And by learning more about others, you will have the opportunity to influence them. Number 6, always be courteous. Good manners keep you from frustrations and stress. You will know if you have really mastered the right way of thinking toward people when you maintain a positive mindset even when things don't go your way. If you focus on how to do things better and improve yourself, rather than blaming and resenting the people who impeded your victory, you have passed the test. Get the action habit. Most people don't know that all leaders agree on one thing. There is a big need for competent people to hold key positions in all fields. However, most candidates are only almost qualified. They lack one essential quality, the ability to produce results. A creative mind is important, but great ideas will have no value unless you act upon them. Take action. Make something out of your great idea in order to achieve success. Just like people, conditions will never be perfect. One of the biggest mistakes people make when they want to start something is waiting for the perfect moment. If you wait for something that will never come, you will find yourself waiting forever. Fear of problems and difficulties keeps a person from springing into action. But remember that in every endeavor you take, there will always be risks. Imagine yourself planning on driving to another city on the condition that everything should be perfect and that you would face no risk. You could never have the assurance that you wouldn't have to take any detours or that there wouldn't be any reckless drivers on the road. If you wait for these risks to disappear, you will not be going anywhere. Literally. What can you do as a success-oriented person is to face these difficulties. You will never be able to totally eliminate the risks, but you can reduce them, prepare for them, and think of solutions to resolve all obstacles. Postponement is the cousin of waiting for the perfect moment. Many people commit the mistake of choosing to work on their dreams in the near future. Later becomes tomorrow, tomorrow becomes next week, next month, and then never. If you want to get things accomplished, take action now. Taking time to get ready is one of the reasons why people prefer to act later. You may be able to relate to this scenario. Joe, a typical college student, is trying to write a paper. He decides to have dinner first while watching videos so he won't be hungry when he starts writing. By the time he finishes eating, he's so invested in the video series that he watches some more videos. A few hours later, he realizes he really needs to start working on his paper, but now he cannot focus because he's stressed by the time constraint. He is able to finish his paper, but it is of poor quality. Joe's mistake was spending too much time in preparation, which is something too many people do. To free yourself from this trap, remind yourself that you will not achieve anything by postponing. Instead of getting ready, get going. Leaders want people who not only have the ability to come up with new and ambitious ideas, but the initiative to make them happen as well. Initiative is doing the right thing without being told. Having initiative will place you high above others. To foster a habit of taking initiative, practice being an advocate. If you see something that you believe must be done, start doing it, even though no one tells you to do so. Don't be afraid of being accused of kissing up for a promotion. Volunteering demonstrates that you are capable and driven. Develop a habit of taking action. A true leader doesn't stand on the sidelines, but is active, dynamic, and a go-getter. You will win trust if you act. No one ever gets praise for doing nothing. How to turn defeat into victory. Successful people didn't get to where they are because they never experienced setbacks. All paths are the same. They are filled with hurdles, obstacles, speed bumps, and detours. The successful ones don't always win. Once in a while, they experience defeat. But what makes an achiever is his response when he loses. A failure easily surrenders. The achiever chooses to bounce back and move forward. Setbacks shouldn't be seen as a mere hindrance to success. They have to be learned from. An inventor who doesn't get the results he desires goes back to his methodology and figures out what he did wrong and how to improve it. A football team watches a video of a game that it lost to correct each team member's mistakes. People in every business restructure and analyze what went wrong to avoid the same mistakes and improve. The key point is improvement. Many get so wound up by personal setbacks that they fail to learn from the experience. People fear criticizing themselves, but in order to improve, you first have to know what is wrong. Understand your weaknesses and flaws, and then you will find a way to fix them. Accepting praises and taking credit for achievements come easy to most people. They want everyone to know that they are a winner. Nothing is wrong with that. However, most people choose to evade responsibility over a failure. Instead, they want to blame something or someone. Some salesmen blame customers for low sales. Some people who lose a game will accuse others of cheating. Some managers will blame supervisors if projected outputs are not met. There are many who also see bad luck as the cause of their defeat. These are all natural reactions, but take some time to study every setback you encounter, and you will realize that you may have caused that defeat yourself. Don't waste time blaming others. It won't get you anywhere. There are a lot of people who aspire to become writers, but after a few tries, most of them give up when they realize the hard work that is required. There are no shortcuts in whatever we undertake, and only persistence keeps us in the game. A few of these writers will persist and persevere and yet not publish anything, even after writing hundreds of stories that follow the same formula. Persistence is an admirable trait, but it alone cannot guarantee success. If that writer continues coming up with the same product which has been rejected time and time again, he or she is set up for failure. Experimenting with the plot and writing style may lead him or her to come up with something worthy of publication. Experimentation should be combined with persistence in order to achieve something. If you keep doing the same thing over and over again, your outcome will not change. But don't give up on your goal and use your creative mind to come up with new approaches. Experiment and you will be on your way to success. Here are 2 suggestions to develop your power to experiment. Number 1, believe that there is a way and that you will find it. If you tell yourself that there's no way out of your problem, you will be convinced that you are defeated. But believe that your problem can be solved and you will find the answers. Number 2, press the pause button. Relax your mind for a while. Go out for a walk in the park or take a nap. Start with a refreshed mind and you will figure out new ways. Finally, see the good side in your defeat. Losing a job is one of the toughest situations you may ever experience. But if that happens, think hard and reflect. Did you really like your job? Did your work provide you with fulfillment? Was it what you needed to reach your life goals? If not, maybe it was time for you to start something new and consider losing your job as a blessing in disguise. Remember that there is always something good even in the worst situations. You see what you want to see. See the good and turn your defeat into victory. Use goals to help you grow. Every success story started as an idea, a visualization that is turned into reality. An idea that is worth pursuing can become a strong goal. However, some people mistake dreams for goals. Dreams remain in a person's mind, but only becomes a goal when steps are taken to make it true. Your goal is where you want to go. Without a goal, you will keep on wandering until your time is up and you realize you have gone nowhere. You must have goals in order to succeed. Plan. Where do you want to be in 5 or 10 years from now? If you want to get somewhere, you should know where you want to go. It doesn't matter where you were or where you are in life right now. You need to set long-term goals in order to grow. One common problem many people have is that they don't know exactly what they want to do, which causes them to jump from one job to another. With dozens of opportunities available, the possibility of choosing the right one is low. Having a clear vision of yourself at a specific time in the future will guide you to what you have to do and help you to choose the job that is right for you. One research study determined that people in an executive position constantly showed one qualification: the desire to be on top. Submit yourself completely to your desires. Success requires you to commit your heart, mind, and soul, but you can only do that for something you completely desire. All of us have desires, but not everyone is able to surrender to them. Many choose the easier path of killing their desires and settling for a mediocre life. Don't suppress your desires. Believe in what you can do and don't let self-doubt stand in your way. Don't let complacency stop you from not looking for something better. Don't fear competition for the top spot. For younger readers, don't allow your parents to dictate what your goal should be. And for those with families, don't use your responsibilities as a reason not to change. Allow your desires to take over you, and you will find the energy and enthusiasm to work on your goal. Let your desires absorb you, and it'll be easier to find the way and make the right decisions to achieve your goal. You may have spent at least one weekend with no plans at all. It makes you feel light, right? But when you look back on those days, you realize you accomplished nothing, and the only time you felt glad was when it finally came to an end. The lesson here is that if you want to achieve something, you must have a specific plan to achieve it. There is no shortcut to success. Progress starts with a single step, and the accumulation of these steps is what leads to success. A person trying to quit smoking achieves his ultimate goal, not by deciding to never smoke again, but by continuously choosing not to smoke for 1 hour. Eventually, 1 hour becomes 1 day becomes 1 week, until he is freed from his habit. Achieving your goal requires a step-by-step technique. Many times you will think that you are doing a lot of small tasks, which makes you feel like you are not getting nearer to where you want to be. Each time you feel that, ask yourself if the task you are doing will help you realize your goals. If not, leave it and continue with the next task. But also remember that each step you take, no matter how insignificant it may seem, gets you closer to your goal. Practice self-investment. How strong a business is years from now does not depend on what it does in the future. It is determined by what it does now. Your life is a business, and to make a profit, you should invest in yourself. Investments in education can propel you ahead of the competition, but bear in mind that the number of years you spent in school, nor the amount of head knowledge is important. A good education is one that makes you competent and cultivates your mind. How to think like a leader. Success goes hand in hand with leadership. You need the ability to lead in order to gain the support of others. Remember that no one will pull you to the top. You have to be lifted by people who work with and for you. This chapter focuses on the 4 principles of leadership. Master these and you will find it easy for people to do things for you. Trade minds with the people you want to influence. Trading minds with others is a sure way to get people to act the way that you want them to. Put yourself in their shoes. Use their eyes to see. Consider their interests and you will know how to influence them. Consider this scenario. An advertisement for a shoe manufacturer is created by John, a well-to-do person who has a sophisticated lifestyle. When creating the commercial, he only considered his own interests. He developed the advertisement for people in a similar income bracket as he, without thinking about the rest of the market. In the end, the advertisement failed and the shoe manufacturer's sales didn't increase. Had John put himself in other customers' shoes, the outcome would have been less disastrous. Remember, when you want someone to do something for you, put yourself in his or her shoes. Ask yourself how you would react if you were him or her. Then act the way that would spur you into action if you were them. Think, what is the human way to handle this? People have different approaches in terms of leadership. There are those who impose dictatorships, which we all know generally don't last that long. Others treat leadership like following a guidebook, not realizing that rules should just be used as a guide. The leader who uses this approach sees people as machines, and people don't like that. A great leader is someone who employs the be human approach. He or she treats everyone as a human being worthy of respect and tries to help when possible. He or she believes that the people who work for him are his or her responsibility and thus need to be protected. He or she doesn't embarrass or belittle people who make mistakes, but instead works with them to improve and correct their wrongs. When problems involving your employees arise, consider a humanistic way to deal with these problems. Let people know that you put them first. Always treat them well. Show them that you are interested in them. Praise their accomplishments, be it on or off the job. Think progress, believe in progress, push for progress. Real leaders have a progressive outlook. To be a great leader, you have to think of improvement and quality in everything you do. Promotions are always given to those who push for progress. Those who think that everything is going perfectly, that nothing has to be changed, and that the status quo should stay in place will also remain stagnant. The people who are promoted are those who believe that there is always room for improvement and provide and implement new ideas that lead to progress. As a leader, you have great influence in the performance of your followers. They set their standards based on yours. Their actions depend on what you expect of them. They tend to imitate you. They will think, act, and speak the same way you do. Hence, if you want to have a progressive group, become one yourself. Take time out to confer with yourself and tap your supreme thinking power. With all the responsibilities shouldered by leaders, it is unusual to find one who isn't extremely busy. But unknown to many, they allow themselves alone time with nothing but their thoughts. Managing alone time is beneficial because it will help you gain a better understanding of yourself. It is a time when you could work out solutions to your problems, plan, or come up with new ideas. Many people fail to tap into their higher order thinking powers because they consult everybody except themselves. They are afraid of their own thoughts and ideas. In time, they become completely dependent on others. They become someone who doesn't have a leader material. They become someone who doesn't have leader material. Remember that as a leader, your primary job is to think. Make it a point to have alone time each day to develop your thoughts so you can think yourself to success. Success is one thing that all people desire. It is their biggest dream. The way to success, however, is not clear for many. They are not sure what to do or what they need. But what people do not realize is that they have the basic requirements for success. Thinking. Everyone has a mind. Everyone has the ability to think. To develop the ability to think big is what will help you to succeed. Believe. Your mind is powerful. You can make the impossible possible if you believe. Believe that you can and your mind will figure out the how. Believe in yourself and other people will have confidence in you. Avoid making excuses. Health issues should not prevent you from achieving big, nor should your level of intelligence. Remember that you are never too young nor too old to do big things. Don't blame luck if you're not where you want to be, or if others are doing better than you. Success is won and it requires hard work. Address and destroy your fears because they are the primary enemies of success. Take action to cure fear, as inaction can only worsen it and destroy your confidence. Think big. The size of your success is proportional to the size of your thinking. Develop the vocabulary of big thinkers by always using positive language. Look beyond what you can see to create a vision of what can be. You may be content where you are, but you can always be better. Be creative. Use your thinking power and believe that you can come up with new ideas and concepts. You have to invent and reinvent in order to keep up with this fast-paced world. Free yourself from the traditional thinking that paralyzes creativity. Ask others for advice and listen to what they have to say. They can provide you with raw material to enhance your creativity. You are a reflection of your own thoughts. Think that you are important and other people will treat you that way. Think that you deserve respect and you will be respected. Think that you are a winner and you will win. Your environment is one of your biggest influences in shaping who you are and the size of your thinking. What you are now and what you will be depends on what surrounds you. So, make sure that your environment is working for you. Develop the right attitude. It will help you win people, become a good leader, and it determines the size of your accomplishments. Be enthusiastic and motivate others to do their best. Show others how important they are to you, and they will be willing to do more for you. Cultivate a service-first attitude and see your wealth grow as well. Treat other people well to win them over. Success is a product of collective effort, and you need the support of other people to achieve it. Be likable. Take initiative when building friendships. Accept differences and always find the good in others. Great ideas will only have actual value when they are acted upon, so take action. Be someone who does things and gets the desired results. Don't wait until conditions are perfect before you take action, unless you want to wait forever. Cultivate initiative and you will find yourself ahead of others. Do not surrender to defeat. Consider every losing moment as an opportunity to learn and improve. Avoid the habit of blaming others. Sometimes you lose because you only work with persistence. This alone cannot guarantee success. Combine persistence with experimentation and you will get results. Have a clear vision of your goal. Your goal is where you want to go, and without it, you will never get anywhere. Know what your desires are and let them drive you to find the enthusiasm to work on your goal. Think like a leader. Put yourself in other people's shoes and see through their eyes in order to know how to influence them. Be a rational but compassionate leader. Treat everyone with respect and let them know that you are willing to help them any way you can. Have a progressive outlook and always think of the quality and improvement. And finally, allow yourself some alone time to enhance your thinking power.